Hey everyone, Artysan here and welcome for a new video. So in today's video, we are going to cover the episode number 3 of Red Shadow Legends. But before that, you can see that my background is a little bit different. I just arrived in Italy. I'm still really jet lagged, but I have a bunch of video to do, one on Red and a bunch on Watcher of Realms that are to come in the next few days. I have already 4 lines up, so a lot to come there. Before we jump on the video, I want to highlight some really cool insane champion that you can get for free as a new players. So if you are using the QR code just right there, or you are using the link that is on the descriptions below, you will be able to get 4 insane champions. You will get Norma at level 1. As soon as you start the game, it will be on the inbox right there at the top. You are going to get Rula at level 10, Rector at level 20, and Hugo at level 30. On top of that, because it's not enough, 4 insane champions, you can get a 5th one. So you have a list of 6 champions. Be careful because 2 of them are going to end at the end of the year, including the one that I would recommend you, Tholin. So you can get Wukong, Alice, Green Warden, Tanarak, Tholin of Death Knight with the code that I'm just displaying to you right now on the screen. My recommendations is still Tholin. Tholin is insane. He has been going through all the content for me, so I really love Tholin, so I would recommend this one, but he's gone on December 31st, so go fast, create your account and get Tholin. Let's get to the contents now. Today we are going to cover Red Shadow Legends, and I wanted to focus on what they called fusions in Red Shadow Legends. We are not going to focus that much on these exact specific fusions. It's just to give a concept, because I remember when I played Red Shadow Legends a few years ago, like 3, 4, 5 years ago. The fusions for my account, I was level 100 and stuff like that. So it was kind of like rough to do the fusions because you have so much to do. You see, like you have to get 16 of the rare champions, then you have to level them up. You need to bring them with the like red star, like the purple stars, awakening I think it's called. Plus you have then to fuse 4 different epics. These epics you have to bring them to level 50, then you have to awaken all of them, then you can fuse them. So it's a lot of work. It's not just getting the champions, it's also leveling up all these champions to be able to get the fusions. And I remember that at the time, like when I was like already an old player with the old account and stuff like that, every fusions were feasible when we are like already like a lot of resources and stuff like that. But as an early player, I was like, no way it's feasible. So when I restarted the game, the fusion started like I think it was 3 days after I started my account, or 4 days after I started my account. No, a bit more than that. I think it was a week. And I was like, no way I'm going for the fusions. And I was like, I'm just going to go like farming and getting the different champions and see where I'm getting stuck. And to be honest, I didn't get stuck. So I was like, okay, I need to cover that topic because that's really interesting. For early player, maybe not on this one because you might have already missed some of the champions and you cannot recover from that. But for the next fusions, great news. You will be able to do that, I feel, if you are still on an early account player. And I'm going to explain what on this video, why in this video. So first, one advice that a player told me like a long time ago, I think it was in Red Shadow Legends to be honest, but I still used it in Red and in Watcher of Realms. It's that when you play a gacha, you should save your stuff. Like just don't use it whenever. You need to save your things. So when I say that is that sometimes you have energy, you have a bunch of energy and you're already done with, like, for example, let's take an example there. Let's take the tournament there and you will see that the Fire Knight, I'm already good with it. So you see that the Fire Knight, I got the point, it was like 1,600 or something like that. And I already got the champion that I need for the fusions. So I still have energy, but I didn't use my energy to continue to farm and to get the book. I stopped when I got the champion because my goal is to get the fusion. So you need to save your resources. I could have got the book because it's like 250 points more. So that's not too much. It's like probably 15, 20 reds for run of the Fire Knight. But my goal is that if I do that, every event of this fusion event that is taking like 2 or 3 weeks, then I will not have enough energy for the next one. So if we are taking the Photoshop there, here it's the planning. And to be honest, when I was playing 3-4 years ago, it was still exactly the same thing. So sometimes the sequencing is changing a little bit, the events are changing a little bit, but in a nutshell, it's always the same thing. They are most of the time offering the rare champions, sometimes they're offering the epic champions, and then you can get them depending on the different events. If you get the epic, it's easier because you don't have to farm 4 of them right there if you don't need the epic, so it's a little bit easier to not have to get every event and to close every event. Right now we are around there. We just started the champion training event, and as you can see, you have a lot of things to do. Like you have the gear enhancements #1, you have the dragon tournament, you have the gear hunter, you have the ice golem, you have the champion turning. Like you have so many different things that you have to do. But to be honest, as an early account, I was able to do all of that. The only one that I got kind of like scared that I would not be able to do is the summon rush. Because the summon rush, usually you need to have at least 7 divines. So it's like the gold one. You need to open 7 of them to be able to get the rare champions. And I think it was like 13 of them to get the epic one. So getting the epic is way easier because you don't have to do 4 of them after that. I didn't do it on the early account because I didn't add 13 divine. The thing is that with all the things that I did on the game as a free player, the only thing that I bought on this account is the energy, like the, I don't know how they call that, energy pack or something like that, shop, the red cards. So I did bought the red card for a month because you get the exp increase, you get the silver increase, and you get the multi-battle increase. I think it's like $10 a month or something like that. So I took that because that helped me for the training event and stuff like that. And with this, only this pass, so it's $10 a month, at least for this month I'm using it. I don't know if I'm going to keep it for later, probably because it's an early account. But that's the only thing that I bought. I was able to get the campaigns, so you can see the campaigns right there. I'm halfway with the Nightmare, so I can get another divine there, but I already got the one from Brutal and from Art. I think normal is the Void one. So I was able to get enough divine and Void core. So as you can see, I'm Void Shard 0 and Sacred Shard 0. So these two, I got 0 of them left because I did the Summon Rush and I got the champion that I needed for the Summon Rush. So, and I think it's right there. Let me check if I can see that. No, it's not here anymore. So I was able to do the pass just by being an early player and saving my resources. So use your resources only when you need them. Especially if you do fusions, you are a new account, you need to keep everything. You need to keep all your material for Awakening. You need to keep your resources for the next event. You need to keep your champions for leveling up and to feed your other champions to level up. Like you need to use your resources at the time of the need for a specific event. And that's also something that it's outside of fusion events. You will see that when you are chasing a really specific heroes, it's better to keep your charts and just waiting for these specific heroes to get the boosting and increasing your chance to get the heroes. And I'm using that technique in red. I'm also using it in Watcher of Realms. It's the same technique on every gacha that I'm doing. It's my kind of bonus for you. The second thing that I wanted to cover, and it's I think the main reasons why I went for the fusions, or I'm trying to go for the fusions with my early account that is I think 3 weeks old, it's because I discovered that I was like playing with my friend that have a really big account, like a huge account, and I was looking at like the threshold to get the different champions. And I was kind of curious, like is it the same for an early player or for endgame players? And I discovered that it's not the same. So what I did is I asked him some screenshots of the different events, and I'm going to do the comparisons like real time with you now to show you the different sessions between that. So you can see that on the Fire Knight tournament, for him to get the rare champions, it was 2,250 points. For me, if I go to the game, it's the Fire Knight right there. So I already got it, but you can see that it's not 2,200 plus because it's already like after this one. This one was I think 1,650. So it means that you needed a 550 I think. Yeah, 2,250. So you can see like you needed 650 more points for his older account than the early game players. So that's a pretty big difference in resources to be able to get there. Next one that I did is the classic arena takedown. So when you start a new account, it's sometimes hard to compete with arena. So as you can see, I did 120 points right there, Artysan 120 points, and I think it was what I needed for the champions. I stopped there as well. If I go to my Photoshop that I took the screenshot, let me check. Classic arena takedown, you can see for him it was 390. It was like more than the triple of what I had to do to be able to get there. So you see, way easier when you are like early player. I think it was like 6 points per win or something like that. It was well, more than that. It was 12 points per, I don't know, but it was super easy to get to 120 points. 390, it's a little bit bigger. For endgame player, it should be pretty easy. I just didn't do it. But you can see that it was really easier. Now, if I cover the champion training, so you can see that he got it with 7,784 points. I think he stopped just after that. So it was like 7,700. If I go to my account and we go to the champion training, you can see that I got it for less than 5,000. I think it was 5,000 because I stopped just after that. So it's 5,000. This one was 7. So it's like 2,700. And for the champion training, it's a huge difference. Like it's 33% more for an endgame player than an early player. And to be honest, these points for the champion trainings are probably the most painful one because leveling up do require a lot of energy, a lot of champions, a lot of shards, a lot of everything. So getting to 7,700 is way harder than what I had to do for my early game player accounts. And then I think the last one I had one that was this one. That's the new one. I think it's the new champion training. So as you can see, you have two of them that you can get there. The first one is at 6,500. The second one is at 9,000. So let's go into the game and check real time. I didn't check, I think, this one. So this one is on the event one, champion training. And as you can see, this one is pretty similar, so that's a surprise. It's not the same, as you can see, 6,000 and 8,450. Let's go back to Photoshop right there. So you can see it's 400 less for the first one on my earlier game player, and it's 400 less on this one as well. So that's pretty good. For me, I'm not really shocked about this one. First, you get two of them, and as you can see on the Photoshop, if I get back to the full view, we are right there. We have the two champion training plus the classic arena, so it's pretty easier. Like the classic arena is a really easy one to do. You get 10 tokens per day, for more than that. Super easy to get. The champion training, it's needed. And I think getting to 9,000 points for me, at least as an early player, is not a huge deal, because what you have to do the fusions, you still have to level up all of them. As you can see, I still have 3 that are level 30, 1 that is level 1. I still have to get one more on an ongoing event that I'm going to get. So I'm going to have enough to fuse another one and almost another one there. So I have a lot of things to do champion training. So for me, I'm kind of happy that I'm getting a lot more reward and I'm getting 2 of the champions into this new champion training events that you can see right there again. So I'm not too worried, I will say, about like getting to 8,450 points with my early game player, because I will at the end have to train my champions to be able to get there. The beauty there as well is that the events finish in 4 days, so I will still have the time to get an additional, like two additional one of these things to be able to have to level them up and then get from there. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to cover in this video, is that doing the fusions with an early account game is possible and is really not hard, and it's fully free to play. I didn't have to pay anything for any shards or whatever, and I'm going to get these insane champions. That is Yukimasa. I'm not going to cover his kit, he's just insane. For early account game, he's going to be really good. Also, I loved the Shadowkin when they got released, when I played, I think 6 years ago. They are still continuing to iterate on them, and I feel that they really look awesome. I really love how they do that and keeping like this kind of ninja vibe, shadow vibes. And this one is really good. And his kit is insane. Like he's doing everything, he's reviving, he's speeding up, he's just crazy. Like stealing all turn matter is just insane. So I'm really looking forward to get this champion into my account, my early game account. As you can see, I didn't got really lucky on pull. I'm going to show you that as well. I did already cover on the last video that my Divine gave me the second armor on my account, so I was really happy about it, and I got Beleta with the Void after 3 Void. I did got the Xenomorph because it was free during the account, and that's kind of it. So yeah, I think we are good with this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope it's going to help you when you are trying to get to the next fusions. I know that they are doing fusions regularly in the game, so I think it's going to be really good for you to know that even as an early player, you can get the fusions. And yeah, if you like, please subscribe and like. See you soon. Bye-bye.